Five massive Big Ten battles are heating up in the basketball transfer portal right now, and I'm breaking down who's involved and who I think will land the player for each battle. While the national media is busy out there hyping up every SEC transfer like it's their job, maybe it is their job, but like they're the second coming. We're over here showing you the real battles that are going on in the Big Ten, moving the needle for the conference. So buckle up as we are going to start with Georgetown guard KJ Lewis. Yep, that's him right there next to me. If you're watching on YouTube, the Georgetown guard KJ Lewis's situation is turning into a legit Big Ten battle between USC, Oregon, and possibly Illinois. They've been mentioned a little bit in there. The latest news dropped on Monday when Lewis wrapped up an official visit to USC. Eric Musselman and the Trojans are making him a huge priority, and reports indicate that the momentum is swinging hard in USC's direction after the campus trip. Oregon's been in communication, keeping the lines open, but they don't seem to be nearly as aggressive or locked in as USC does right now. Illinois, there's been some chatter, but nothing concrete like a visit has surfaced yet or anything. But I wouldn't be surprised if someone else comes in after him, maybe gets aggressive because he's a 6'4 junior, averaged 14.9 points, 5.1 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 2.1 steals at Georgetown this season. He was third team All Big East, led the Hoyas in scoring, ranked second in the league in steals, shot nearly 41% from the field, just barely over 30% from three. He had a tough left ankle injury that ended his season in late February, but right before that, he dropped a career high 27 against the Sweet 16 St. John's team. Now, if you plug him into next year's USC roster, and I think it would be a perfect piece, right? Musselman's system thrives on versatile wings who can score off the dribble, knock down threes, and lock down the perimeter. And KJ checks every single one of those boxes, with the Trojans likely still mixing in some young talent from last year's portal haul. He slots right in as a starter, or worst case scenario, a six-man for this team, giving them an instant 15-point score who creates for others and brings elite steal numbers on the wing. Defensively, he'd pair beautifully with whoever's at the point, and offensively, he adds the secondary creation they've been missing for this team. USC jumps from solid to dangerous in the Big Ten. I do think he commits to the Trojans here in this week, or possibly even next week. But let me ask you guys, do you think USC, not do they get him, but do you think USC is actually becoming a Big Ten sleeper in this conference, or are we just drinking the Musselman Kool-Aid? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And the next one we have is a huge portal talking point here. Literally, he's huge. The St. Mary's big man, Andrew McKeever, who is 7'3", 285. He's a center from Livermore, California, who just wrapped up a strong season with the Gales. 8.2 points, 9.2 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field, and an NCAA tournament squad. And now he's got serious Big Ten suitors after him entering into the portal with 2 years of eligibility left. Word is he's currently on an official visit to Iowa, where Ben McCollum's crew needs to, true paint size and rim protection after losing some front court depths in the transfer portal. Obviously, Alvaro Falgaris was the big one, but he wasn't going to play the five anyway. Iowa's hosting him right now, and that makes sense. They need a rebounding anchor who can clog the middle and finish around the rim. UCLA's been mentioned in some circles as a potential landing spot given the West Coast ties, but the buzz there feels quieter. Michigan and Purdue are in the mix as well, but reports indicate there has not been any real conversations. Those have gotten delayed, with the Wolverines celebrating their national title run. Nothing concrete has broken on, deep Michigan McKeever talks yet. Non-Big Ten competitor, Arizona State remains a kind of a favorite for some people out there. A lot of people like them because of Randy Bennett and the reunion angle they have going on there. Former St. Mary's coach who's now running the show over there at Arizona State. But McKeever's evaluating everything, and with him, on campus now. Iowa's got the momentum with him, the immediate need for the 7'3" body who averaged nearly a double-double. He fits perfectly as a starter with high minutes, or at the very least, a rotational piece with high minutes, giving them the physical edge in the Big Ten paint battles. If he commits in the next few days, I think he will go to Iowa. But if he starts, taking more visits, perhaps not. We'll have to see how it goes here. Iowa can offer playing time, a clear role in NIL that matches his $2 to $4 million type of market value. UCLA could tempt him with their brand, but Iowa feels like they are the best basketball fit. So watch out, though. Iowa fans, don't sleep on other portal guards like Ace Glass and Kyan Evans, too, potentially popping up here as well. The roster build never stops. This one's moving fast. Now, be honest with me. Is this the portal edition that is finally going to give Iowa the physical edge they've been missing under McCollum for year one? Should McCollum be going harder after another big? Let me know in the comments below, because here next we have three more. I apologize. Three more to talk about. This next one, he is Aiden Sherrell out of Alabama, the 6'11", 255-pounder Detroit kid, former McDonald's All-American. He just wrapped up his sophomore year, starting all 34 games for Nate Oates, 11.1 points per game, 6.2 rebounds, and a whopping 2.2 blocks per game. He was second in the ACC, all in blocks, and showcased he can stretch it a little on the court as well, hitting 33% from three. News broke he's taking visits, and he was on Indiana's campus this past weekend, arrived early Sunday. And from what I've been hearing, the Hoosiers rolled out the red carpet for him big time. Now, Michigan State has confirmed communication as well. They had a Zoom call recently, and as a Detroit native with that physical rim protecting style, he fits Tom Izzo's system perfectly. Duke's been in the mix since the portal opened here as well, but right now the buzz is between Indiana and Michigan State for the Big Ten schools. Look, Indiana feels like the team to beat here. They desperately need interior size and defense. They're getting pushed around in the past year, and Sherrell gives them exactly that: athletic lob threat, shot blocker, and someone who can bang inside while developing that perimeter game as well. On threes, Jamie Shaw actually just dropped on Monday night a crystal ball, or an expert prediction. It's an expert prediction. That's what On3 calls it, for Indiana to get his commitment. And after that official visit, the momentum is swinging hard their way. If he doesn't pull the trigger in Bloomington, Michigan State could pounce quick with the hometown pool. But my read is that Sherrell commits to Indiana. He slots in as a starter right away, anchors the paint, and helps Darren DeVries turn that front court into a Big Ten problem. That's one moving fast. Don't be shocked if we hear a commitment coming soon. Who do you got in this? You think it is going to be Indiana? Is Sherrell going to go home to Izzo, or is he locking it down with the Hoosiers? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, as we have two more players, our last two players to get to here. Boise State transfer Drew Fielder is moving fast in the portal. The 6'11" stretch five just wrapped up an official visit to Lincoln with Nebraska on Friday, and according to Sam Kaser on Twitter, he's already on his way to Washington for another official visit. This kid can really play now, all right? After 2 seasons at Georgetown, he exploded at Boise this past year, 14.7 points per game, 5.7 rebounds, shooting 54.7% from the field, and a legit 40.9, nearly 41% from three on nearly 3 attempts per game. Second team all Mountain West, and Mountain West is actually a pretty good conference. He's a 3-level scorer who can drag bigs out and score in the post. Nebraska's been on him for years. Hoiberg and Ernie Ziegler recruited him out of high school, and when he first hit the portal, they were definitely interested, especially with Rank Mask gone. They desperately need a starting caliber stretch five, and Fielder is basically a plug and play guy in the Hoiberg offense. The Big Ten's physicality, but he has a skill set that is ready for that. Now, Washington, on the other hand, Washington needs him just as bad after Heinz Steinbach declared for the draft. Their 3-point shooting king was, he was the king of it last year, even though it was brutal at times. He'd give Dusty. He'd give Danny Sprinkle great floor spacing next to Frank Capeng. I think he commits to Nebraska ultimately, though. The prior relationship and the fact that he's been chasing, that they've been chasing him, gives the Huskers the inside track. He'd immediately become their anchor in the front court and give them that modern stretch big that they need with ranked mask on. So let me know, is Drew Fielder the stretch 5 difference maker, or am I making him out to be something that he is not? Let me know what your comments are, what your thoughts are as we go to the last one here. Texas Tech transfer Nolan Groves, who is expected to commit between Minnesota and Wisconsin here soon. The 6'5" Minnesota native has official visits set up back-to-back. He's at Minnesota on Wednesday and then Wisconsin on Thursday. Everything points to a decision between these two Big Ten rivals. Groves didn't see much action as a true freshman in Lubbock, averaging under a point in limited minutes, but the potential there is obvious. He was the Minnesota Gatorade Player of the Year, putting up 34 points a game at Orono High School, and he showed serious defensive ability, stifling Cameron Boozer and Tech's upset win over Duke. For the Gophers, this is a perfect match. Nico Medved's losing Langston Reynolds and Maximus Gizzi to eligibility. So there are there are guard spots. I'm doing this way too late. Open right now. Groves can step in immediately as a defensive specialist with his length and frame, while the staff works on developing that high school scoring touch. Medved has a proven track record with guys of this mold, like David Robbie. So the development fit is spot on, and he gets real minutes if he can get real minutes from day one. Wisconsin's visit makes sense on paper, but I think they might be looking for more proven pieces than the youth that they've got coming in. Obviously, they're still interested, so maybe they make a push that I'm not anticipating. But for now, I'm predicting that Groves commits to Minnesota, the home state pool, the clear path to the rotation, and exactly the defensive upgrade they need alongside Isaac Azuma in the backcourt. This one feels like a seamless landing spot. That's it for those 5 Big Ten transfer portal battles. KJ Lewis trending hard to USC. Andrew McKeever leaning toward Iowa. Aiden Sherrell to Indiana. Drew Fielder, I think Nebraska, and Nolan Groves a little up in the air, but I think he's probably Minnesota. But things can change fast in the portal. If you've got a Big Ten hoops fan who's tired of the national media sleeping on the conference, sleeping on your team, make sure you subscribe to the Big Ten Huddle. You share the podcast, you share the YouTube channel with your friends, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any breaking news updates in the podcast that we've got for you. We are your home for everything Big Ten football, basketball, transfer portal, big or small, because you'll never miss what's happening with your team here at the Big Ten Huddle. Drop your prediction for any of the guys that we mentioned here. Who do you think lands and where do they go? And while you're down there, let me know which of these 5 moves would be the biggest win for some of these Big Ten teams in the offseason as well.